Hi. So my main camera, well, let me back up a little bit. So probably like 5 years ago, I was shopping again for a camera that could take around with me. I had the Sigma DP, which I loved, a bunch of Sigma DPs, but the cameras are super slow. They're both slow taking images and the camera saving them to the SD card, and they're slow working within the computer. And it's just too slow, as much as I love the images. So I shopped around and I bought a Ricoh GR like this, but it's actually the Ricoh GR2. Had a stuck on shutter thing. The guy told me about it on Fred Miranda. I bought it. After a month, I thought, I don't really see what's so good about this camera, and I was just about to sell it. And I kept it, and 3 months later, I thought, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this camera's for me, and I was about to sell it again. And then, I don't know, month 4 or 5, all of a sudden, I don't know what, I just fell in love with the camera. And I've had it ever since, and when it started behaving erratically and not working well, I plunked down. This is the first brand new camera I think I've ever bought. I always buy used, but I spent $900 for this. I mean, because I kept telling myself, well, you use this camera all the time. So past 5 years, 80% of everything I shoot is taken with the Ricoh GR. So, you know, if you're going to spend that much time with it, just get what you want.
Okay, I'm going to explain why a Sony ZV-1 works for me with the Ricoh GR. They both bring different benefits. So this is what I want from each camera. In the Sony ZV-1, I want the 4K video. I want very good autofocus and face detect. I want good stabilization. I want the product mode trick, where it'll focus on something you put in the foreground and then go back to your face if you remove it. It's sort of a nice feature. It also has soft background trick where it'll blur the background, I think, even a little bit more electronically than the lens. Anyway, it's a nice little feature. Flippy screen, so you can do vlogging, or you can point the camera in any direction and still see what it's shooting. And then mic input, very important. And it also works as a USB webcam. Now, it's not full 1920 by 1080, but it's still pretty good. And you get the face softening stuff. So yeah, just an all around great video utility camera that fits in your pocket. And in this, what I'm talking about here, that's what's most important. It fits in my pocket. And it can also take raw photos too. Now with the Ricoh GR, it has a large APS-C size sensor. That's very important because it gathers a lot of light. And it's more just about shooting well in low light situations. Even if you're just in an average light situation, you're going to be able to stop down your aperture more with less noise than you'd get from, let's say, a 1-inch sensor in the Sony ZV-1 or your cell phone camera, which is even a smaller sensor. The lens is a fixed lens, which means it's very sharp with little distortion from end to end. Now, not everybody needs this or wants this, but for me, I love it, so it just works for me. And it's a small camera relative to the size of the sensor. Even at the sensor size, most cameras are fairly bulky. And it's amazing that they've been able to shrink this much light gathering and sharpness into the small size of the camera. It also has, at least the Ricoh GR3 has camera sensor stabilization, so it'll stabilize the sensor and you can shoot like 1/10 of a second. That's really neat. The Sony ZV-1 has stabilization for video, but not for, at least I know of, for photographs. So the Ricoh GR is great in that way. But really, the Ricoh GR, it's all about just this large sensor and super sharp lens. The Sony ZV-1, they use that for everything else.
What I love about this camera is it has a very large sensor and has a fixed lens, which means it's as sharp and undistorted from corner to corner as you're going to get. That doesn't make me a better photographer than anybody else. It improves my photographs. It doesn't make them good. I'm a C-level photographer, sadly. I am what I am. I have other interests. But for those C-level, this camera delivers the clarity that I want, the color saturation that I want. A lot of people misunderstand so many things about cameras, but I better not digress. The point is, I love Ricoh GR for 5 years. I use it for everything, and many of the things that might turn people off are what's good to me. For instance, it doesn't have a tilty screen or anything. It doesn't have like a look-in viewfinder, because I don't want that. I want to look at something, and I just want to have an idea when I look at the screen that this is what I'm shooting. So I'm not really, I just want this for composition, that's all. And then I'll use it to maybe check the f-stop. The other thing is I set the f-stop and shutter speed to what I want. ISO is only a reading for me that tells me how much noise I'm going to get. That's it. I don't ever set the ISO, but that's a whole other video. I've made other videos about it. ISO is a measurement. It's not a control. Only 3 controls on a camera: focus, shutter, and aperture. That's it. All the rest is just, you know, it's just playtime. Okay, so, but there is one downside, a huge downside about the Ricoh GR. And I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to show it to you. So let's say I'm out with the Ricoh GR and I want to shoot some video. So I'm going to press the video button here. So this is the weakness of this camera. If I want to take some video, and by the way, I just went through like 10-15 minutes of on a panic, but I couldn't get this mode dial to work. I have dropped the camera a couple times very gently. I thought, well, maybe that's ruined, but I reset it and it seems to be working. Let me just show you how I look. So this is the video from the GR and the video from the ZV-1. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm now all flustered in my head about this. So I'm going to turn off the video. Also, part of it is that I've forgotten how to shoot video with this. So I was doing that wrong too. Okay, I don't know if I can recover here. Anyway, so my point is, of course, is I love the GR for photography, and as I've gotten older, I really like the 28mm angle of view, so that's always what I want. And seriously, you could give me the latest mirrorless DSLR, whatever, $5,000 Sony A7, whatever, I would not use it at 28mm. I would use this camera, it's fine. I mean, 28, nothing is going to be better than this for me, for what I use it for. So it's a perfect camera for me in stills. But in video, it's really lacking. Okay, well, there you have it. I figure I might as well end this with actually using it as a USB webcam, which I'm doing now. Now, to me, this would be better than any webcam that you have in your computer or even the Logitech. You can see how blurry the background is. And I can then, usually when I'm doing video, I'll use like this Magewell HDMI adapter. So the camera's HDMI will go into this, and this will go into the computer. It'll give you a better resolution with the ZV-1 than we're getting right here. But again, I mean, if you don't want to go out and buy or deal with this complexity, and you just need a quick webcam, then the Sony ZV-1, again, great utility camera, fits in my pocket. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what I've said. Again, my main thing is that I always have my past 5 years. I always take this Ricoh GR out with me to shoot photographs, and I love it. There's nothing I don't love about it, really. I'm totally happy with it. Well, again, it doesn't have video. So I wanted something to put in the other pocket where I could do video. Really, you know, the things I want in video, and this camera fits that bill perfectly. So it's the perfect wife or husband to this camera, depending on how you look at it. So I'm very happy with this setup. And again, it's just what works for me. I'm not recommending either one of these cameras. And I don't know, maybe you can hear my wife doing her exercise in the background. Anyway, no matter. Thanks for watching, and see you.